Wheels. My name's Mark Brappy, and here in commentary with me today is one and only Harry Lillis. Good morning, Harry.
Good morning, Mark. Good morning.
So, here we are at France, newest track on the calendar. Your thoughts of the circuit, mate?
Quite a controversial one for sure. For these guys, lots of them, in fact, for sure, most of them don't run racing line. And I was talking to Mackenzie, yesterday actually, during practice. And when it comes to France, if you don't run racing line, it's like learning a completely new track, because of course there's all those different kind of runoff areas and stuff. It's kind of hard to find. So it's a track that I personally quite like. Lots of people don't, because team tends to be quite strict on track limits. We saw in F2 yesterday, the entire field, aside from myself and I think Toddy, who was in this in F1, without penalties. So, and we've seen a couple of safety cars this morning in other leagues, so it's likely that we may see a safety car. Turn 1 is quite a difficult one in traffic, but we know how these guys drive. They're absolute masterclass, so we shouldn't really see too many accidents. But yeah, personally, pretty good track.
Yeah, so at this stage it is the newest circuit on the calendar, as we just said. And it is one of those tracks, there's a lot of runoff, but because the track's so wide, it's very easy to get corner cutting penalties as well, so expect penalties to come up thick and fast, a bit like Canada last week. I think we'll wait until near the end and try and get who's what with penalties. Another thing I realised in our F5 race is the pit lane, I feel, is too slow. It should be an 80k speed limit, not a 60.
Definitely.
So yeah, that's going to be a big catch-out point for a few of the guys as well. So we're just loading in now, waiting for everyone. Good morning or good evening, Tyler. Hope you have a good race, mate. So yeah, Canada, France. Sorry, not Canada.
Week behind, mate.
Yeah. What else can we say? Got a
strategy.
Strategy. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's a mag. There are so many different strategies that can work, and that's one thing I like about this track. We probably see in this tier reasonably set strategies, people kind of doing the same thing, but it is a track that you can do many different strategies on. A good strategy is mediums to hards. That's a very comfortable strategy. Whereas you can do something like you could technically do soft to medium, but I'm not actually quite sure. Probably medium.
I think it's soft to hards is the other one.
Yeah, soft to hards is the other one. But drivers will probably have to really extend those softs, because the hards actually do feel pretty good around here. But yeah, in any track, any race, staying on any tyre for too long gets a little bit excruciating. And a soft to hard strategy is on any track is mostly about trying to preserve your tyres for as long as you can. Whereas on a medium to hard strategy, you don't have to worry too much about tyre wear. You can just push as hard as you can. The mediums give you a good shot because they're very quick around here. They don't lack too much because there's not exactly many corners to make up time. This track is mostly straight lines. So yeah, but the medium tyre is a very good tyre around here. It provides good consistent pace for a good amount of time, so it allows drivers to stay out in qualifying and set a couple of good laps, whereas softs you only really get one shot. So we see a couple of drivers now lots of them on the hards, and a couple of soft runners. Those hard compounds they do at most races. These drivers are probably just getting a feel for the car one last time before they go out on a softer compound.
Yeah, they'll definitely do a banker lap on the hard. They'll probably do 2 warm-up laps. We're just riding on board Andrew. He's the first one to come across the line to start a flyer. So, I usually do 2 warm-up laps on the hards and then push for a 3rd lap. But Andrew seems to be going all out here on his first flyer. Thinks he's got enough temp into these hard compound tyres, but yeah, they'll definitely move to softer compounds later on in the qualifying session. Tyler Beasley has said it will be a dry, all dry. So, but saying that, it does look a bit threatening there over the pit lane. So, could still see a spot of rain. Sometimes the weather forecast isn't always right here on F1, so at the moment Andrew's going purple, as you would expect, being the first one on a fly. And we have a new guy, F1 Legend 44. Now that is actually, just give me a second, Sven, I think you pronounce his name, and he is from somewhere within the world.
Great description.
So, hopefully he's excited for his first race, which I've read in Discord. So, hopefully he can have a good outing here with his first race here with the big boys. So, as he just comes across the line now, he actually invalidated, so that's a bit of a shame. So what do we got? Tyler Beasley, provisional pole with a 31.5. So he's already 0.6 of a second faster than Cush in a Toro Rosso. And then we got Jacob in the Renault. Sebastian goes quickest with a 30 flat. I was just going to get to that point. I quickly went back to season 4 last night and had a look at their qualifying. And the top 2 were Tyler Beasley and Bailey Ford, but their best was a 30.0. So Seb's already matched that time. And are we going to see any quicker? Mackenzie's done a 30.5. Ken's done a 31.1. So we've got 3 guys on the softs. The rest of the field are on the hards that are out on track, apart from Sven, who is now in the 3rd sector. So will just continue riding on board here, or riding with him, watching him come around the final turn now. Probably the hardest corner on the circuit to get right. He puts himself up to P4, so that's 31.2. That's a very good pace for his first race.
Definitely.
So everyone set a time apart from Aaron, who's still in pits, and Phil, who's invalidated this lap. So that won't count. Sebastian's in the pits. Mackenzie will be coming in the pits. Ken's in. Sven won't want to be doing any more laps.
I've just been looking into that place that our new contenders from, Sven, from Malta, which is an island in the Mediterranean in Europe. and I've just looked it up. It's a very, very small island. It's got a total of 316 square kilometers, and I've just compared that to just the city part of Melbourne, not anything around it. Melbourne has 10,000 square kilometers, compared to little tiny Malta with 300. So, very unique little spot. I don't think we've ever had any people from such a unique little place in the world. So that's just a great thing about league racing here, especially how a very multinational is that a word? League. So yeah, it's great to see people from all over the world coming to race in this little league that we've got going on here.
Yeah, so he's actually stayed out, so he's now putting a 4th lap on this set of softs and just starting another flyer, so that'll be interesting to see as he goes very wide at turn 2, lucky not to invalidate it. Tyler's just come in on here on the YouTube chat saying that he might have fixed his setup, thankfully, because his old one was feeling terrible apparently earlier on, so that will be good news for Tyler now, as Mackenzie's already cut turn 1 coming out of pit lane. So, it's not so now we got Aaron's out of pitch now, so that's everyone is now going to set a lap.
Oh, I haven't done a virtual hot lap yet. I guess haven't. I'll ride on board with Mackenzie when he comes around.
Well, we might as well go Sebastian being provisional pole setter at the moment, I think.
That is true.
Give the Renault Sebastian a bit of screen time. He doesn't seem to get a lot, but he's always thereabouts.
That's true.
And Renault are very strong at the moment. So, and I'm interested to see Seb's come out on a set of mediums now.
That is.
So does he think he can improve that 30 flat?
Perhaps.
But
if so,
we'll ride on board and we'll leave you to it, Harry.
Alrighty, coming around the last corner, it's important to get a good exit out of there. Easy to lose traction, but very rewarding if you can get a good exit to get all the momentum you can into sector 1. Very difficult turn 1 and 2. You need to get a lot of entry curbs so you can set up the rest of this back. Oh, he's gone a bit wide.
Oh,
Is that invalidated?
That's unlucky
for the Australian Sebastian
so
Spicer.
Mackenzie's just about to come across the line now.
Alright, guess we'll do him. Coming across the line now. I'm not going to repeat. Actually, you know what? I am going to repeat. Turn 1 and 2. Very difficult. You need a lot of entry curve to set up turn 2 to get a... Oh, he's gone over the hill quite aggressively, but it's paid off. Into probably the most technical turn 3, turn 4, most technical turns in the circuit. He's gone nice and wide so he can gain lots of momentum for the back straight. Very important to set yourself up. Very easy to lose traction here on a harder compound, but he's on the very sticky soft tyres. Down the DRS straight. I'm not much to say about this one. You've just got to keep the car in a straight line. Braking hard into turn 8. A chicane type thing going on here. He's gone a little bit wide. He might have lost a little bit of time there, but he seems to be still going.
A little bit deep, maybe.
A little bit deep. Into turn 10. Pretty easy one. One of the probably the fastest corner on the circuit. Oh, he's gone a little bit wide again, but he's using the exit curb to keep his momentum going. Very easy to lose grip there, going down the gears, but he's done well, getting a good amount of exit curb. Coming through the last sector, the last couple of corners, sorry. And he's got to set himself up again for some straight line speed. What is he going to set? Mackenzie's going to come across the line and set a 1:30.1, enough to improve his previous time by 4/10, but not enough to beat that of Sebastian Spicer.
So a little bit of a dirty lap there from Mackenzie.
Definitely.
Still time to improve and time to find in that lap for him. And he's only 1/100th of a second quicker than Ken Doyle in the Ferrari, so...
True.
Big brother team is running in third to the smaller brother in the Alfa Romeo Ferraris.
Tyler goes up to
Tyler just
130.3.
jumps. Yeah, on mediums. So...
My word.
That's a very quick lap.
That's rapid.
Still yet to see likes of Josh on softer tyre, Bailey, Todd, Andrew. So, Aaron done a 33.7 on his one lap at this stage on the set of softs as he gets out of the way for, I think that is Manuel. No, it's not Manuela. Who's the other Haas driver here? Samuel. As Sam goes, Sam's actually shortcutting to get back to the pit lane. Now, Sam, I have just caught you on stream doing that, mate. So
taking the alternative route.
That might be a qualifying infringement coming your way, unfortunately for you. There's 17 people here to spectate, and I've chosen to spectate you when you're corner cutting, so...
Unfortunate.
So that is one thing, guys, that we do not permit at all in any of our leagues is Sven just goes purple in Sector 2.
Oh.
So he's absolutely flying in this Toro Rosso. But I'll just get back to this point. It's one thing we do not permit at all to try and get your way back to the pit lane as quick as possible. If you're going to do that, we will give you qualifying bans and then eventually race bans and just ban you from the league altogether if you continue to do it. So as we watch Sven come over the line, what's he done? A 30.8. It was a bit of an improvement, I think. Tyler, Crossy's time on mediums. No, Tyler. Sebastian's is on softs, I am pretty sure. Yes, it is. So, Tyler's now set to softs as well, so...
One talking point, I guess we'll see them come out very shortly. In fact, I might be seeing them come out right as we speak, but Bailey and a couple of the front runners are still yet to set the time on a faster compound. Maybe they're actually choosing to start on hards, but I don't see the benefit in that.
I think they're just waiting for that, you know, the very last minute to get out of pit box. We'll see a flourish of guys coming out now with 3 minutes left. You know, it's a minute 40, minute 50 for your out lap.
Yep, I hear a couple of cars revving up.
So, yes, Tyler, just to confirm that Sebastian did try and improve his lap on a set of mediums, but he's come back out on a new set of softs, so completely up to you. I'm not going to tell you what strategy you should run, but he's asking for a strategy call. Sebastian goes quickest with a 29.9.
Wow.
So that is absolute flying there from the Queenslander of Sebastian Spicer.
It appears to be the entire field has just pulled out the pit lane. My
There's a
word.
big train behind him.
Jesus. That is a bit hectic. So I'm just looking now.
Bit unfortunate for anyone that's trying to start a flyer in, you know, that's coming up to that train.
That's true. I'm just paying attention now to all the people who have just come out. They are just gonna, before I say it, triple check. Apart from no, every hard compound runner that was just in the pit has come out on the medium tire.
On the medium.
So
yes.
aside from Manuel, but so that's, we're gonna see, of course, a fairly one-sided.
Robbins retire. He just started a flyer, so He
What's
obviously
happened there?
invalidated. Looks like he stopped there at turn 3. So maybe an invalidation somewhere. Todd's going to run out of time here. With a minute to go. He's not going to get around again to start another flyer. So
What we're going to see on strategy now is you see, of course, our current top runners. The soft runners, Seb, Mackenzie, and Ken. They're done for this session. They won't be improving exactly. Well, they'll be improving, but I don't think they'll be moving much around in terms of their starting positions due to the others starting on, well, going for a lap on the mediums. But what we're going to see in the race is the medium runners perhaps getting an advantage over the soft runners towards the middle end of the race. So we're in for an exciting one. I'm calling it, and I don't think we've really ever had a boring race this season with these guys. They've just been providing incredible entertainment. So we're going to see now Mackenzie's about to cross the line. What will he do to improve his time? I guess this is more of a defensive thing. As Ken, I've just caught Ken corner cutting as well. Not that it really matters. I don't think he's
qualifying's done and dusted anyway. So
done. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Mackenzie didn't improve. Andrew is just about to come across the line. I've ridden on board. Haven't really been taking much notice, but been watching him all lap. A 30.6. To put himself up to P6. So now we go further down the field here. Josh Banks is... Where's Josh? On the back straight. Bailey's coming across the line now. What can he do? A 31 flat for P9. He'll be a little bit underwhelmed with that performance, actually. I think Addy will be our final... No, Josh is our pretty much last runner.
Let's just talk about how jumbled up this field is. Josh is going to improve now, but think about it. Our race winner from last week is 15th.
He's 17th at the moment. Just got the P10 in Josh Banks for Canada.
Oh yeah. Jumble in the field. We still see a bit of a pattern. You know, Seb, Mackenzie, Tyler's in 5th. See, this is what I mean by jumbled strategy. It's about 50-50 between soft and medium strategies. It's definitely going to be an exciting one.
The one thing that's going to play a big part in a strategy defense will be if there's a safety car at the right time for your strategy, and hopefully while you're in sector 3, so you don't lose too much delta time and you get that free pit stop. But yeah, this could be a very exciting race. We've got quick guys at the back of the field. We've got, I don't want to say slower guys, but you know, they're definitely not at the front of the field in Ken Doyle and a few of the other boys up the front of the field. So Sebastian takes, I think it's the first pole for season 5.
I think you're right.
And then you got the 2 Alfa Romeos, and then you got the 2 Ferraris, and then you got a a Red Bull of Andrew, then you got the 2 Hasses. So we're still seeing teams pairing up. And as we say that, I've just looked down here at 12th and 13th. The 2 McLarens have found themselves side by side again. It's a shame that Toddy couldn't be further up the field to help his teammate. But
I'm still getting over the Renault move back in Canada. That was just...
Oh, that was awesome, wasn't it?
I still can't get over that. It was incredible to watch. Hopefully we get more racing like that today.
Hopefully. And massive congrats to Jacob too for getting number 1 on Veloce's overtake of the week through the week for his move on Mackenzie at Monaco. So, yeah, if any of you watch the Veloce YouTube channel, our very own Jacob Todd got #1 for Overtake of the Week. So that's a little feat of his own to take away with him. So we're just waiting for everyone to get a strategy. So let's call it early. Who are you putting up for the win, Harry?
Well, I'm honestly not sure. I'm gonna say I reckon Seb's got a fair shot here. If he just stays consistent. I know he's on a different strategy too, like medium runners, and that could play out better or worse for him. I'm calling Seb, but I'll go through the field now. So, of course, Sebastian Spicer on pole. Really dominant qualifying from him. Behind him is a good mate, Mackenzie, in the Alfa Romeo, followed by his teammate, Sam, in P3. In P4 we have Ken Doyle in the Ferrari, followed by his very fast teammate, Tyler Beasley. Behind him, Andrew in the Red Bull, followed by Manuel, who's actually got up into P7. Good job for him. And we have a couple of teammates starting behind each other here. We have like lots of them actually. We've got Sam in P8, followed by our new, I guess you could say rookie, Sven in P9. In P10, Josh Banks. I'm not sure if he'd be exactly happy with his qualifying performance, but P10's better than down in dead last. Behind him is a good mate of his, Bailey Ford in the Mercedes. And another dynamic duo, we've got Robin and Phil in the McLarens. Behind them in P14 is Izzet, and he is followed by the remaining three. Aaron Toddy, who is, I am assuming, very disappointed with his qualifying, and Addy in 17th place.
Now, just one thing here I want to quickly get off before we go is as many teams as we got that are right behind each other, none of them are starting on the same row of the grid to their teammate. So that doesn't really mean anything, but just want to put it out there. And will we see Josh and Bailey work together to run their way through the field?
I would not be surprised.
Yeah, will be another thing to watch. Two good mates. They know each other's strengths and weaknesses. Probably won't fight each other, so I reckon they'll work together to get this job done, and work their way through the field. As the rest of the field line up now, at the current moment we are looking at the rear of Sebastian's car as the lights are starting to build. We've got a yellow flag, sector 3 already. That's a bit strange. 3, 4, 5 red lights, and away we go for the French Grand Prix. Sebastian's got a beautiful start this time. He's worked a lot of time on his hards. He's got Mackenzie on the outside, but he's squeezed Mackenzie to keep the lead of the race. Mackenzie in the P2. His teammate's still holding P3. Tyler's got all there, and Drew is around. Robin's got a 5-second penalty. Josh Banks has got a terrible start as well. He's down in 14th. So I'd quickly just run through the field. So Sebastian Spicer now leading the pack, coming onto the back straight. Mackenzie Stewart P2. Sam, Manuel's around as well.
I saw that coming from a mile away.
I just saw that in the background of Sam in P3. Tyler's jumped his teammate into P4 as we got a safety car. So this could help these couple of guys at the back of the field that will definitely have damage. So I won't run down with the rest of the field as we speak. I'll just get your thoughts here on this start as we're waiting for the safety car to come out there, Harry.
Yeah, well, it was a pretty... Well, I'd be lying if I said it was a clean start. I think Andrew was spun by somebody, which with collateral kind of damage caused Andrew to spin into Robin. But in terms of what's actually caused the safety car, that's between Manuel and Bailey. I saw it coming from a mile away. I was spectating Manuel as they were going through the first sector. I don't know what turn it is. The left turn coming onto the main straight. Manuel was down on the inside, and on a full tank of fuel, the understeer is unreal. And what's happened is Manuel hasn't had to turn in to get around that left-hander, and his interlocked wheels with Bailey, or with Bailey's rear left. To be honest, I was pretty nervous. I thought that they were going to take each other out. Bailey's actually very lucky to get away without spinning there, but unlucky for Manuel, he was just caught in the wrong place, in the wrong time.
So, out of all this, Sebastian's come in with Ken and Sam. So, Sam's gone on to the hard, so he theoretically should make it. He'll be a lot slower than the rest of the guys around him if he takes this hards to the end. Sebastian's gone on to a meeting, so I doubt he'll get them home. Stranger things have happened.
He won't. Full stop.
But, yeah, so Josh had a terrible start. I didn't actually catch. He must have had to make a abrasive action to miss Andrew and Robin's calamities into turn 2 there, and really giving him a poor start. As you can see, his good mate of Bailey is up in P4.
Great start.
And he started one position behind Josh, so... but Mackenzie holds the front of the field with Tyler in the P2, Sam in the Haas in P3. Great start from him. Bailey in P4. Phil on hard tyres into P5 now. So, got all 3 tyre compounds in the top 5. And then from there, it's anybody's game. So, what can Andrew Todd do now? Kind of lucky for those guys that the safety cars come out, otherwise they would have been really left for dead. Had a lot of a race to try and catch up. But yeah, thankfully there's a safety car that can bring the field closer again. So Manuel's just coming up to the rear of the grid now.
It's great to see a couple of drivers that aren't usually as high up the field as they are where they are. For example, we see Sam up in P3. He's had a great start. It's really good for him to be up into such a high spot, battling with the top guys. He'll be under pressure when the safety car goes in with Bailey. Bailey's a very good driver.
Ooh, F1 Legend's got a 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits.
A topic that a thing that very many people have been caught out by. It's a glitch under safety car. One thing you have to do, drivers need to know this, under safety car, do not by any means, even if it's the slightest amount, don't cut the corner under safety car. We've been having many people reporting, penalty revokes, trying to get the penalties off them because they've done this, and it's lost many people their races, and it's a glitch that needs to be addressed, because of course under safety car, corner cutting isn't exactly going to get you very far. It's not giving you any benefit. As the safety car's coming in this lap, and we'll get this race back underway. But yeah, that's one thing drivers definitely do have to watch out for.
I was just going to say that there's really no need to be getting off the racing line under safety car. So I don't think it needs to be patched as much, as long as it's only under safety car. 5 seconds might be a bit harsh, but you've definitely got to penalise the drivers for doing it under safety car conditions. But we'll get ready for a restart. Here we go. Mackenzie's bolted now. He's got away. He's got Tyler Beasley, he's second in the championship at the moment. I do think different tyre strategies at this stage, guys. We got a soft runner compared to a medium runner. Mackenzie should bolt away within a lap or two, but then Tyler's mediums will start coming back. So clean through turns 1-2 for the leaders. Bailey's right up the back of Sam. F1 Legends trying to go up the inside of Phil. Again, two different tyre compounds. Phil's on the hards and F1 Legend is on the soft. So massive amount of tyre grip difference between these two guys. And then you got Addy and Aaron on hards just behind that battle as...
Ooh, Sen's going for a move on Phil around the outside. Oh, and he's tapped Phil a bit, but that's...
There's a bit of contact there. I think that was more decent than anything.
Yeah, that was reasonably clean. Not much in that.
And Phil's gone completely off track to let a few of the guys through. Josh Banks is making his way up through all of this. Phil's lost another position. Has Phil got a bit of...
Josh Banks didn't make contact.
Josh has spun.
Josh will be fuming.
So Josh just can't get a break at the moment. So we'll go back to the front because we've got a four-way fight here for the lead at this moment. Mackenzie Stewart's currently leading this race. And 5 laps into it, I'm pretty sure Mackenzie still hasn't got a penalty, so it'll almost be a personal best for Mackenzie there. Coming into the end of Sector 1, he's got Tyler right up the back of him. Bailey's just sitting back watching. I don't think DRS is available just yet. Aaron and Sebastian are swapping spots somewhere back there. Mackenzie goes very defensive on the back straight. He's come back now to the racing line. Great little far camera shots here that we get from France.
Oh, Andrew's going for a move on Ken. He's got it done nice and clean into the chicane. He's slowly making his way up the field from an unfortunate start. Aaron loses a bit of traction there. Has Aaron got a chance here? I think he's disciplined enough not to go for a move here. He'll hold behind Aaron for now.
Andrew's dropped the ERS right back down to, well, it's on none now, but it was only on 2 there coming out of that chicane. So Josh has gained another position on Phil now. So Josh is starting yet again to run his way back up into the points. As now Tyler's only 3/10 off of Mackenzie. I think Mackenzie's... now that DRS is enabled, Tyler's going for a look on the outside. Mackenzie's defending, pushing Tyler all the way.
Bailey's got a box seat at
Tyler's around. He's been lucky to hold that. Very lucky to hold that. Very lucky that Bailey didn't pierce him actually and take them both out.
What an exciting race so far.
Mackenzie Stewart's kept the lead. From Tyler Beasley there. I didn't actually get to see whether or not he was side by side. Mackenzie turned into him. The camera angle doesn't really vote too well there at turn 1, but that might be a bit of a talking point at some stage for the stewards. It looked just like a racing incident to me, but yeah, I'm not a steward, so.
Talking point now. Mackenzie's tyres are starting to die off. Those soft tyres aren't going to last very long from here. As now Bailey, his medium tyres are coming up to their prime. So Bailey's going for a move. He's broken a little bit late, but he's still on the inside. He's done very well to get around him there.
He's got better traction, I think. Mackenzie's rears are cooked.
Is Mackenzie coming in? He is.
Mackenzie's in pits. So he'd want to go on to hards here to take them to the end. As our newcomer's got a 5-second penalty for speeding in pit lane as well. So now what can Bailey, Sam and Tyler do? And Andrew's up to P5 now, so great recovery there from Andrew. Josh is up to P8. Yeah, so Todd up to P9. He was last there a couple of laps ago. Seb's back in the pits. He must have had a collision with someone. Which is unfortunate. Unfortunately there for Seb, he's gone onto the hards. Andrew's just got around his teammate of Addy Bettenbauer. A bit of team orders, I don't think so. Just clean move there by Andrew.
Oh, now we've got another three-way battle. Sorry to cut you off there. Between Sam, Tyler and Bailey.
Tyler trying around the outside, will he get the switch back?
Sam's doing a great job to hold this how he is. He's gone defensive there, choosing his line early, but he's gone a little bit wide. That allows Tyler to go around the outside. Sam's still not giving up. He'll have the better run down the straight, but of course Tyler's got the DRS now. Well, they've both
Sam's got it on Bailey as well, so that's a bit of a saving grace there for Sam. Not so much for Bailey. He'd really like Sam to hold Tyler up just a little bit and let Bailey get down the road. Because slipstream will be playing a massive part in this race today. If you can break that slipstream, I think you'll have the race comfortably won. But at this stage, no one's going to break slipstream. And we'll just watch that because Andrew's 6 seconds behind this battle here for third. So we'll just watch if Andrew can catch him. Tyler now on the inside, down the back straight into the S's. He's got into the chicane, sorry. The turns 8 and 9. He's got the job done. So yeah, great move there from Tyler. Now he can chase after Bailey, which are good racing competitors with each other. And we saw at, I want to say Barcelona, these two battling. But I don't. No, Barcelona was with Andrew. Somewhere these two were race. Might have been Baku. Bailey and Tyler were racing,
and then Bailey had that accident. And then
Bailey had that terrible accident. So Andrew's caught 4 tenths on the top 3. Sam's still there, not putting much of a hassle on the Tyler's rear end of that red Ferrari though. So it's not really helping Bailey. You can see the different line there coming out of turn 6 to the 3 of them. One takes it shallow, the other takes it wide, which is a bit different because you got turn 7 right there, which is opposite direction. Which isn't much of a corner, it's more of a kink. So, but if you take it too shallow, you do actually need to tap the brake, or at least downshift or something, just to get the nose turned in. So, when will we see these medium tyres starting to go off, Harry?
Well, not really anytime soon. Probably around, I'm going to say, I think I pitted in for my hard compounds because I started on the mediums. Around lap 15, 14. What drivers can do is extend them out a little bit further so that the hards towards the end feel a bit better. But I can win the next 5 or so laps. We will see the medium runners start to come in. for a fresh set of hards. We see now a couple of drivers just pacing themselves, and still the strategies are a bit jumbled, but the safety car has kind of tied everyone together a bit. We still see some variation. For example, Addy and Aaron are on the hard compound. Did they come in during the safety car to put those on?
Nah, they're 9 laps old. They started on the hard, so they were at the rear of the field. And this is going to be my next question. Has that safety car played them into this, if they can keep up with them, as Tyler's trying to make a move on Bailey?
Addy down the inside of this. This is dangerous. He's got it done.
Tyler's got the move done for the lead.
Oh!
Bailey's got the switchback. Now on the outside, got the back of the inside line. He's going to have the outside into the final corner though, which is a bit of a shame. Up over the curb, it's almost going to be 3 wide. Bailey's got the DRS.
Oh, bit of lag there. Desync from Tyler. He needs to watch out for Sam.
Oh, he's tapped Bailey's rear end. Bailey's kept it though. There's no damage on Tyler's car. This is turning into a very messy looking scrap at the moment. Bailey will know if he lets Tyler go, Tyler might just run away with this. So Bailey will be fighting it as hard as he can. Sam's just lost a lot of time there for a second. Bailey now pushes Tyler out to the outside into the chicane. Tyler's got the job done before the braking point. So Bailey might have just let that go a little bit easier than what he was hoping for. But now can he mount an attack? Joshua Banks up to P6. Addy Bettenbauer has lost... He's lost 2 positions now. He was behind his teammate Andrew. Just a lap and a bit ago, but he's lost that to Aaron and to Josh now. So it's Andrew's almost chopped that 6-second gap in half now.
That's true.
With those 3 leaders battling, so Andrew's making his way back. And Sam will be able to keep his head high here. Done a beautiful comeback race last week at Canada, but as Phil's in the pits for McLaren, must be a wing change because it's a bit early for hards to come in.
Good racecraft from Bailey here, just waiting behind Tyler for the DRS zone. Good patience. Should see Bailey get past here on DRS. Maybe not.
He's not using battery. He's happy
you
just
couldn't
following.
get much closer.
Sam's right up the back now. Sam must have had that in overtake mode. Rich mix, whereas Bailey's the opposite. Just happy to conserve a bit of fuel, conserve a bit of battery power. Because it is a hard track to get you. Oh, he's made a dive into turn 10. Oh, there's contact.
Oh, is he going to hold it? He's going to hold it.
He's 10 block for sure, this bloke.
Wait, Tyler's giving it up. Oh, good sportsmanship there.
Oh, now Sam gives him a knock.
Sam should probably redress that.
This is turning into a very ugly fight. Sam dives in the pits.
My word.
So after all of that,
Bailey has copped so many whacks.
now will that big slide have cooked Bailey's rear tyres too much? Definitely wouldn't have done him any favours.
Certainly not. He wouldn't want to stay out too much longer because then he's probably going to be slowly losing time to Sam, who is now on the fresh hards. As of this exact moment, whether or not the hards are quicker than the mediums, don't know. But certainly within the next 2 laps, those mediums are going to drop off and those hards are going to prime up. So Bailey needs to time it perfectly, whether to come in now or stick with Tyler in the slipstream to gain a bit of time on Sam, so that Sam doesn't get the undercut done.
Sorry, Josh is up to P4 now. Just made a move on Aaron.
Man, Josh is driving that thing.
Josh has got that Williams, yeah. Aaron is having another look, maybe. Not through there, he might have a dive like Bailey did into there, no. 2 different compound tyres. But Andrew now can almost smell the exhaust fumes coming off that Mercedes and Ferrari there just in front of him, so Addy's made a spot on the Cush. No, Addy's lost out, this is Cush. Cush has lost out to Sam.
Oh, that is dangerous re-entry from Addy. That has killed Mackenzie. Oh, Mackenzie will be probably reporting that to the stewards. That is dangerous. In fact, that's quite silly on Addy's part. He is just completely driven out onto the track with traffic coming past. That's...
So our pole sitter is currently last at the moment, guys. So it hasn't been a great race from Sebastian after showing that dominant pace in qualifying. It's a bit of roles reversed for the Renault guys. So what are these front 4 going to do? Andrew on 1 lap fresher mediums and the 2 in front of him after that lap 1 incident, but he'll put himself back onto a one-stop strategy, well, an effective one-stop strategy, probably pit within the same lap of these guys, give himself the best chance, because I'm not quite sure what works better around here, an undercut or an overcut. Harry, maybe you've got a bit of information on that side?
Well, are we talking about between, what, Bailey and Tyler?
Or just the overcut or the undercut in a pit strategy in a general? Because we saw the undercut at France work quite well, but at Canada, worked quite well. I'm not quite sure what it is. It is a slow pit lane, so the undercut might not work here.
Yeah, that is another factor. Like we said, before qualifying even started, the pit lane speed is probably slower than it should be. At 60 rather than 80. But in terms of an undercut, overcut type of thing, I reckon I don't think an undercut is as effective as it is around other tracks. While it could definitely still work, probably just not to the same extent. I remember in my race actually, going for I was dropping back a little bit, so that I to the car, that probably played a part. But like at the same time, I tried doing an undercut, and even with when I was setting really good laps on the new tires, they just still weren't working for me. The undercut did not work. So I'm not really sure if that type of thing can really work around here. It's more just about tire preservation and whatnot. So these 2, Bailey and Tyler, the longer they're staying out around now, well, from I reckon next lap onwards, they're going to be losing time to Sam, just due to those tires. We'll have to see where Sam comes out. I'm just thinking now. So he's about 10, 12, 20, 21, about about 22 seconds back from Bailey and Tyler. I'm not sure how long a pit stop is in total.
Yeah, Sam's 24 seconds away from the lead, so...
Yeah. We'll have to see.
Yeah, Sam did come out behind his teammate, who was challenging Mackenzie at the time for, I think it was P10. So Sam's had a bit of traffic as well to contend with. And while you were doing all of that, Aaron come in to get rid of his hards and put on a set of mediums. So the hard runners are thinking, well, now I can get the mediums home. From here, we can go on to the quicker compound and really start making something of this. But these front four still haven't blinked, and Josh is a fair way back. He's 8 seconds off Andrew, and Andrew is 2 seconds off Tyler and Bailey. So Josh is 10 seconds off the lead, but to still not pit with 10 laps to go. What's the soft tyre going to do? Would it be worth running these out, maybe Harry, and putting a set of softs on, thinking, you know, is that going to be my quicker strategy?
Well, I'm not exactly sure, because while the soft tyre is still incredibly fast compared to really any other compound, you're still losing all that time in the pit stop. I understand if you were, like, you know, further back and just wanted to maybe set fastest lap, get that extra point, then sure. But not exactly sure for anybody else. I don't think it would quite pay off just yet.
There's still nothing from the top two. Andrew's still not in either. What's Josh going to do? Will he be the first to blink, maybe? No, Josh hasn't blinked. Todd? No, he hasn't blinked. Sam in the Alpha? No, he hasn't blinked. So the top six still haven't made a stop. Well, most of them haven't made their final stops. None of them have made their final stops.
I don't know if it's just me with this track, but I noticed when I was racing, and I've noticed while commentating, for some reason this race just seems so much faster. Like, it feels like it's gone quicker than most other races. I'm not sure if it's just because of the action or just the amount of laps. I'm not sure. It just seems quicker to me. It's quite strange. I think with commentating, we've just seen so many dramatic moments, potential outs, potential safety cars, whatnot. But it's been a great race to commentate. Also, may I just say, while we're live on the top tier of Formula 1, that would probably get the most views out of other tiers. Congratulations to Jordan Dittmer on his first race win down in F5. You know, just outstanding work from him. I obviously it wasn't streamed, so I can't watch the race, but
Well, it was streamed from my POV.
You need to send that to me. I wanna see it.
It's on our YouTube channel, or it will be once it's finished rendering and doing whatever YouTube need to do to it. So it'll be up later. You can watch my whole race from the POV. But yes, Jordan Dittmer come away with a victory, qualified P2, started with a full wet race, and he had the pace all race, mate. Just absolutely dominated the whole race. So
good on him.
Congratulations to him, and hopefully he can start a big string of podium paying positions for him for the rest of the season.
Great.
But here we go. Bailey's now right up the back of Tyler. Still not too worried about making a move. Andrew can't seem to close his gap now that Tyler and Bailey aren't fighting each other. So Andrew's a bit stagnant. Josh is falling off. So I'm thinking now that these guys are going softs. They're definitely past the window where you'd put hards on.
Definitely, that's a good point.
So, yeah, there we go. They're both in. Is Andrew in as well? Andrew's in. So what's Josh going to do now?
Let's see. Well, Sam's going to come
Josh
past
stayed
them,
out.
probably. But
Tyler's on
he's
the
going to be on
softs.
a much slower tyre.
Oh, almost. Mercedes almost got that jump.
Sam's not even going to catch him, I don't think.
Nah, Sam's well out. He might get Andrew.
He's right in contention, but those softs are going to pull away from him.
Oh, they're going to be... Yeah.
Andrew will catch up and probably will overtake
Well,
him.
he'll probably lose... Sam will lose there. Well, he's already lost DRS to Bailey, so... And they've only had 3 corners on those set of softs. So, there we have it. Now, what can... Has Josh pitted?
No, he has not.
So Todd
He's
has.
probably
So
gonna come in
Todd
this
could.
lap.
Well, what's that? Another 7 laps to go on a set of mediums. I doubt he'd get to the end. But we said that about the medium to soft strategy, and the top 2 have just proved us wrong there. So.
One thing I've noticed with the top runners, haven't seen any time penalties.
No. Even from Ed McKenzie, we haven't really seen any.
Yeah.
Hasn't been any. It's been our newcomer, our rookie, that's been racking up all the penalties. So Josh is in the pits now with Todd.
Alright.
So they'll get jumped by these 2. That's
the people that are effectively in for a shot at this race. Tyler, Bailey, and now with an amazing recovery drive, Andrew.
yeah.
Andrew's a bit far back. He's
He
a
lost a
outstanding
good
driver.
1.3 seconds in that pit stop.
He's a
Or
great
being
driver,
stuck
but
behind Sam. But yeah.
I don't think he's got 3 seconds in. I mean, anything can happen with a battle between Bailey and Tyler. They will, if they do battle each other for the remaining 6 laps, they are going to hold each other up. But if Andrew can pull that gap back, that'd be an out, like just more than
Sorry to cut you off there. Bailey's gone to the inside through the chicane. He's got the job done before the braking point on the back straight. So Bailey's had enough of looking at that rear end of the Ferrari and now starting to push. So it's not what Andrew would have wanted, but if they start battling like they did earlier on, and you know there's a few happy rear ends, it definitely give Andrew a lot of free time. So they've got to do it smart, these 2. Fight for the lead smartly and not let Andrew catch up. But
in 1 lap, Andrew's pulled back about 6/10.
So it'll be a good last few laps, ladies and gentlemen. That is for sure. Don't turn your TV or your phone or your tablet or whatever you're watching the stream on. Don't turn it off, because we've got a hell of a race here with 6 laps to go. Tyler Beasley in battery in hand compared to Bailey, who's almost run out of battery, which was another big talking point within our close circle after F5, 3 and 2 had their race earlier on in the morning. Is you could either save your battery and have lots left, or you used it all and found it hard to recover battery. So these top 2 are showing that at the moment. One's got none to speak of and the other's got plenty in restore.
Tyler's just sitting back and waiting. He's could have easily got a move done on Bailey, but he's just choosing to hold back in the DRS, build up his ERS, and all this while Bailey's still under pressure. Great racecraft from Tyler there, applying pressure but still building up future attack. He's probably going to wait till the last few laps. Or, I mean, he can make a move this lap, you never know. But all this, Andrew doesn't... He pulled a fair bit of time last lap, but he's actually gone and lost a bit of time this lap. So, unless Bailey and Tyler make a bit of a spin mistake or something like that, it'll be difficult, but not impossible, for Andrew to be in a shot for a win here.
I think. Oh.
I'm gonna go look at the race director.
That might be the nail in the coffin. I don't think anyone else has any. Definitely in the front three, I don't think anyone's got any, but they all might be within only one corner cut and penalty to go before they get one. So
Tyler's got 2 warnings, I think, and so does Andrew.
Okay, so Bailey can afford to cut a little bit more. Well, not really, he's already got that 3 seconds, but Tyler can't afford to go off circuit at all. As Addy goes quickest lap, so that neglects that bonus point for anyone at this stage. So now that Tyler's got in front, as Mackenzie gets a 3 second, that's not going to hurt his race. Well,
Wait, so these guys gone and done mediums to softs somehow?
Yeah. Yep.
What on earth?
And they still jumped Sam that done a medium to hard.
That, I can't believe it. These guys are just incredible drivers.
So, and that's with no assist, ladies and gentlemen. That's working your traction, working your ABS. You know, it's easy to get a lock up, easy to, overspin the wheels coming out of a corner. And they've done a strategy that neither of us thought was possible. What can Bailey do here as an attack? He's still got no battery. Bailey's weakest point would be his battery usage throughout all of the races so far. Oh, Robin's retired. Is that on purpose? It's turn 2, in between 2 and 3 there, so just waiting for Addy to come past him and see if... I don't think Addy will, actually. No, his car's already despawned. So that's a bit of a shame. We couldn't actually see what happened. But there's no safety car, no virtual safety car to speak. It's a bit of a shame because I would have liked to see what Josh and Todd could have done. Josh was showing immense pace on those medium tyres. Bailey's now got a move on the Tyler. Tyler's not defending at all. Now Jeff's probably told him, or Tyler's tried to ask to see penalty rates from Bailey. So, but
it would be, if anything, a bit silly to not. Well, it'd be silly to battle Bailey really that much on Tyler's behalf. All Tyler realistically needs to do is to stick behind him, rather than going for any big risks. But it's not to say he can't have a bit of fun as he's going for a move around the outside. This could be...
That's dangerous.
Dangerous.
Bailey's left him room. That was a ballsy move. Bailey got a wash of understeer coming out of there. Oh, he's almost up the inside. Jesus. Andrew's losing time to these two now as well. He's down almost now 4 seconds. So what can Bailey do now? We're starting the second last lap. Yeah, pole setter's down in 14th. P2's in 13th. P3's in 10th. So, bit of a reverse grid sort of race. Bailey starting from outside the top 10. And at this stage he's actually safe to keep P2 from Andrew, even with his penalties, so...
He'll be happy with the result nonetheless.
Yeah. You'd want to hope he is anyway. After his win at Monaco, bit of redemption for season 4, and he's just seemed to get back into his rhythm now, so could start to see a comeback here for Bailey for the rest of the season, hopefully. Make it a 3, 4, 5 car fight for the championship. Tyler goes terribly wide there at the penultimate corner. Cost himself at least a couple of tenths. But you can just see how much quicker that Ferrari's got a straight line. Tyler's gone for the move. Bailey's left room again. Coming onto the final lap, I thought Tyler would have waited until the second DRS straight, being the next main overtaking spot. So this is all on, ladies and gentlemen, now. Final lap. Tyler Beasley's currently got the lead over Bailey Ford. Coming on to the second DRS straight. The last real chance for Bailey to do anything. I think he's a bit far back. He's closing in, but I just don't think he's quite close enough. And he's not at this exchange. He's got to do something special now. All comes down to driver's pace now. Bailey might be thinking against from fighting it. He's got it in overtake mode, so he's clearly not giving up. What's Tyler doing? Tyler's in high mode. It's a shame we can't see what engine modes they're running. Bailey runs a very different line there into that. Oh, Tyler gets a bit squeamish. Bailey's on the outside now. It's just showing his nose. Tyler got very tank happily. Bailey on the inside of the final corner. It's all come down. It's a big drag race down to the finals, down to the finish line. Oh, they're swig swerving each other. Great race there from the two. Andrew Lee comes home for P3. Samuel in the Haas again comes home for P4. I think he was P4 last week at Canada as well. Josh Banks, after being at the rear of the field there at one stage, comes home P5. Jacob Todd in P6. Aaron, I think it's Aaron Leaf in P7. Ken Doyle in P8. Sam in P9, and Phil to round out the singular point for the McLaren into P10. And then we have Manuela in the Haas, Mackenzie in the Alpha, Cush in the Toro Rosso, Sebastian in the Renault. He won't be happy at all with that lap, or with that race. Addy Battenbauer in 15th, and our newcomer of no, I've forgotten your name, F1 legend, Sven, to bring up the rear of the field. He was having a great battle as Addy's actually binned it at the second last turn there. So I've counted my chickens before they've hatched. Sven comes home in 15th, and Addy will now bring up the rear of the field for P16. I'll get you to invite our top 3 into the party chat.
Will do.
Tyler with another win, and I think that takes him back up to the championship lead, I think. I'll just quickly check Discord and check that for you. So what was he behind Andrew? He's 8 points behind Andrew. He scored 25. Andrew scored 15. So Tyler now takes the lead by 2 points off of Andrew Lee. And Bailey will close the gap to Jacob. But there you have it. So Bailey being the only one out of the top 5 with a penalty. Everyone behind him had penalties by the look of it. Yeah, everyone behind him had penalties. So that's unfortunate for Bailey. Just a lack of concentration, bit of understeer or something. But come up from P11 to end up P2 with a 1-stop. Great race. And we're just waiting to see if anyone, Andrew Lee, Andrew mate, firstly talk qualifying. You qualified 6th, mate. I think it's one of your worst qualifyings that you've had all season. Just talk us through that qualifying period as you saw it.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, I guess. I mean, the lap I did at the end was pretty solid. It was really only like 2/10 off my best, so I really would have only gone 1 spot further up. So the main aim was to really just to try and be right with Tyler, and hopefully, you know, the two of us might have been able to do something at the start, but fortunately that didn't quite work. But yeah, there's nothing you can do about it, I guess.
Alright, so we'll get to your big talking point, mate. Talk us through that incident at, assuming it was turn 2, I was trying to watch the front runners. And Harry's just told me that you've gone off, and then I've seen that Robin's got a 5-second for a collision with you. You just talk us through your thoughts on that accident there.
I don't want to comment too much on it because, you know, I really do need to go back and watch it before I make any assumptions. But I said to my teammate who was in the chat with me, that's kind of the stuff that does just get on my nerves a little bit. I mean, it's turn 1, lap 1, and you go 3 wide and try and make moves and dives around the outside and inside and go left, right, this way and that. It just seems stupid to me, and I was stuck between the 2 Haas's coming in to turn 1 and turn 2, and I had the 2 Ferraris in front of me, so I couldn't go anywhere. I looked for a gap, but there wasn't one, so I backed out of it. And then I'm not too sure which of the 2 Haas's was on my left, but whoever it was just come right and basically just turned into me and spun me out. So I don't know. I don't, like I said, I don't want to make any assumptions and, you know, point fingers at people and go, you know, you screwed up, thanks a lot. But yeah, I need to go watch it back. But it just seems really stupid to me. It seemed like a silly little incident, and I'm not happy about it. But stuff happens, as they say.
I've just got to unmute Bailey for a second, Andrew. I'll get straight back to you. Harry, you've got to do the same, he's saying. So, and then Andrew, so you've recovered to get 3rd position, mate. At the end of lap 1, you were 2nd last. So just talk us through the rest of that race. Yeah, and just talk us through your thoughts that you come home with P3.
Yeah, I mean, more often than not, I'd say I'm happy with a podium, but in that race, I seriously felt like it should have been a lot more. I had the pace, particularly on the mediums, to run with the top two. I caught them up from 5 seconds, and I nearly got the gap down to just under 1. But at the end on the softs, the pace of the top two was just too quick, and having nobody to follow, so I couldn't really say VRS either. Probably didn't do me any favours, but still, coming back from, I think, what was it, P16 or something, to come back up to a podium, I am happy with that, but like I said, I felt like it probably could and should have been better, but after what happened, I'll still take P3. Probably one of my best drives I've done in quite a while, so I'll take it.
Off to Austria next week, mate. Are you looking forward to that race?
Yeah, the Austria's always been a pretty reasonable track for me. I think it's a lot like France in a way of penalties can come into it quite a lot, and I think that's probably going to be a little bit of a deciding factor as well. It's going to be who can minimise those warnings and stuff. But I think Austria should be a good round, and probably quite an entertaining round as well for a lot of people. So hopefully that can be a good race. But we'll see what happens when we get there.
Alrighty, mate. We'll leave it there. Thank you, Andrew Lee, for turning up again for another race at France. We'll jump on board now with Bailey. Bailey, mate, probably one of your worst qualifyings this season so far. Just talk us through that quickly.
Yeah, it was probably one of my... It wasn't the best stuff I could have put in, but my PB around here on the mediums is only about 1 or 2 cents quicker than that anyway, so if I the best I probably could have got was about 10th. So starting 11th, they call it what I think it's the second best first or whatever, because you get your own choice of tyres what you start on.
Choice of tyres, yep.
Yeah, I got fresh mediums, and yeah, I guess just focused on the race and tried to sit behind some of the quicker guys, that being, well, Andrew, Tyler, Sam even. So thankfully I was able to get in their DRS and all that, and they put me all on quite well.
Yeah, talk us through that incident. First when Tyler bumped you, I think it was turn 10. Tyler's bumped you, he's readdressed, and then Sam's bumped you wide. It all looked a bit untidy. Are you upset with that little bit of the race through that stint?
No, it's all hard racing, and I didn't really expect Tyler to redress. Not saying that in his personality or anything, but I think he did much wrong. To be real, and side by side, and I understand. So if position, either way, I wouldn't have been too disappointed or anything about it. Again, the one with Sam, like, we were battling, so I can understand if he's gone a bit deep and tagged me, and we were all very close anyway. If I'd have lost a lot more time, I'd have been pretty filthy, but because, you know, you're still in DRS and France is such a reliant track on that, so I kept within the battles.
Yeah, so your internet's just dying a little bit there, Bailey, so I think we'll leave it there, and we'll let you go. Harry, you got anything you wish to add before we end the stream, mate?
No, not much. Just a quick question for Andrew, if you don't mind.
He's already gone, Chief. I think.
He's gone. Well, I've got nothing then. Nah, I haven't got any for you, Bailey, mate. no questions, mate.
Okay, so we'll see you all next week at the Red Bull Ring in Austria. I'm Mark Rappy, followed in commentary with Harry Lillis and our second podium paying position of Bailey Ford. See you all next week. Have a lovely weekend, and we'll catch you all then. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.